kind of biographical interest, but that's sentimentality. We are not into that. So that was the last. The only thing which might be possible is there is a lot of recordings around in the world of our live concerts, which has been taken by people not by us, not officially, just sometimes in a very, very bad technical quality, just taken in the audience with one micro up there and a cassette recorder. So even if it was a good concert, sometimes it's impossible to listen to that. But there's a great collector of all our live stuff he could just get from anywhere in the world, and he has, I don't know how many hundreds of cassettes and tapes, and well, maybe somebody of us starts to listen all to that. In the moment,
that's your job.
Yeah, I know it's my job, but I have done my best with this, and I need a break.
Thank you.
Coming towards the back.
Welcome. Some more?
A question about the compositional process over here. With it, is it as band back here?
In the back.
Hello. Hello.
So,
Towards the soundboard.
a little hand waving.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter really where I am. The question's gonna get to you one way or another. But
Yeah.
the question was, when you're writing a piece as a group, did you ever have situations where someone was the primary composer of the piece,
No,
or
it didn't exist. We didn't write.
or someone had a strong idea for a groove once you had started it, to the point where people were telling other instrumentalists, like, sort of try this now or do this, or did you always let each instrumentalist take care of their own part without like giving critique or suggestions to each other?
Well, actually, we went to the studio and we gave you a hint when we played Evening All Day. That just this, we just set the micros up and then started just something. And we invented all the pieces, all four, or when we were five of us, together. There was never a writer-composer, songwriter who wrote. We invented them spontaneous, but of course when a groove, an idea or something came up and it started rolling, then of course it was, I mean, we were very, very educated professionals. Then we focused on that and made the best out of it. But all four together, and of course we criticized each other when something, we had the feeling something didn't fit. But it was always us four together, and it always came out of a very, well, just from the atmosphere. Even on stage, even what you heard, the way we played was related how the public responded. And in the studio, I mean, we created an atmosphere, and out of this atmosphere, as an example, on Future Days, for example, it starts with a very funny, crisp sound, which was actually Damo sitting down on this in the 70s. We had these cushions which were with these filled. So when you sat down, it made this kind of rustling sound. So he sat down on this, it made the sound, he started moving on it, and the sound was of course in our earphones, and we heard it, and we responded to this, and Jackie and me started talking to each other, like that sounded out of space, so we talked from one spaceship to the other, to each other, and out of this grew the music. But then, of course, there were cuts and edits in it, which then there were play parts and invented separately from this beginning, which fit to this, and we edited it. So we used all kinds of composing together, playing spontaneously, inventing on the spot, and then sometimes editing the tape and making a totally new piece out of it. Like, say, in shit, how it's called. On Tagomago, the third piece. It's Oh Yeah. And in Oh Yeah, when it was already a lot of folks recorded, just by chance, the tape run backwards. We liked that so much that actually the piece starts with a bit the tape running backwards. So ideas came with doing it. I hope I answered your question.
Hi. Aside from the many hours of audio tapes you went through, did you come across any video, film, anything else particularly from the earlier? I see we have lots of demo era stuff represented, but almost nothing from Malcolm.
No, there is no footage with Malcolm on it, unfortunately. And this is the Cannes film. What we saw was the live concert in the Sporthalle in Köln. After we had Spoon success, we made a free concert in this place with about 10,000 people fitted in temporarily. And it was documented on this film, which Peter Chigoda, who actually was the editor of a lot of Wim Wenders films, and he was the first one I worked together really closely in the editing room, for instance, on Oblau. That was somebody very important to me, probably last year. So there is only this and a few other things from television, but not very much. But the best is this in the Cannes box already existing, and you can buy it.
Okay, one more back here. With all due respect, huge fan of your music. The first time I did acid when I was 15 years of age, and I listened to Father Cannot Yell for like 10 hours. Did you guys ever do acid?
Yes. But sometimes I'm asked this question. I mean, it was unavoidable in the late 60s. On the other hand, it did not play a role in the music. We never made concerts or serious studio work on any kind of work. Whatever we took was not in order to make the music better. Drugs don't make the music better. It makes you feel maybe better. And thus it can lead to big lies making music. You think you are greater than you actually are. No, but yeah, it's true.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, I'd be curious if you know, but there's a number of Cannes songs that have actually become kind of club dance classics. Vitamin C, especially in the house music scene and the hip hop scene, certainly in New York. When you were creating some of these songs, were you thinking about or hoping that people would dance to it, and did people dance at the concerts?
I mean, putting such an importance on grooves, of course we did. course we want also to move people, and they like it and they can dance to it. One of the most astonishing things was like one more Saturday night. It's a 7, and people dance to it, and sometimes I came across musicians who wanted to play it with me. I played the 7, and they said, "No, you're playing in the wrong rhythm," because they didn't even notice that. I mean, it was strong groove. Is danceable. Even a 7 or a 13 can be danceable, and that's wonderful.
Ask any Bulgarian.
Yeah, well, yes. We were, especially Mikael and me, were very much influenced also by folk music from the Balkans, from Bulgaria, from Romania. This music had beforehand already on me a very strong influence, and they all play in 5 and 7 and 9 and 11 even. There are wonderful pieces also in Bartok who took it from his Hungarian and Romanian folk music and worked it out into microcosmos and worked it out into wonderful music. So this is something which is in the Eastern, very, very much in the Eastern European tradition, and they dance to it.
Thank you. John Cardinal. Thank you. One more? All right.
I'll try and shout, alright, even better. Thank you so much.
And thank you first.
Thank you.
I just want to ask, obviously everyone here I'm sure would agree you guys are innovators, and thank you for that as well. But I was wondering if there's anything new as far as technology that excites you and or fills you with dread as far as music that's coming up, or instruments for that matter, if there's any synths or anything that you're excited about, or just either way, good or bad.
Well, don't expect me talking about music which fills me with dread.
Yeah, it could be a long conversation, I'm sure.
But, well, of course I'm interested in all, I mean, the work we did together is very much related to the actual state of the art of technology. And although I can't handle it, I always need an but he can. He is a brilliant sound engineer besides being a brilliant physicist. So of course I'm all fascinated with all this. It's a new instrumentary, which doesn't mean it makes music better or worse. That depends on the musician and not on. I mean, you can, if you're a great musician, you do music with this and just knocking on the table, and it can become great. So a violin or string quartet is as much of a highly developed technology than our computer music. But if there is a great musician behind, it becomes music.
Thank you.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Want to play an outro?
Outro.
Yeah.
An outro.
Let's shoot it.
Let's
Play one of the new compositions.
Yes. So, as an outro, we will play. It's the only time we can cover another piece, and it's the theme from The Third Man, because somebody wanted to make an anthology of this German film from music from the 50s to now, and with all the bands covering something from the 50s, say, and we covered The Third Man, and it's actually the very last piece we played together with my